Mexican Glacier, which is just outside of Seward. This is the trailhead. As you can see, we're going to be going about 4/10 of a mile, and then we'll have a 4-mile hike with 3,000 feet elevation up to the ice cap. We're right here, right at the trailhead. This little section in here we did the other day, getting ready for this hike. A little muddy, a little rocky, but not too bad. It's definitely doable. I would recommend poles and have your equipment so you can layer up and layer down. We're going to be hiking up a bunch of switchbacks in here. This is kind of the steep section of it. This is supposedly all ice-free. We'll let you know when we get up there. From here on, it's supposedly patches of snow, so we're going to be in and out of snow-covered ground. This is the emergency shelter up here. This is the end of the trail over here.
Whenever you're hiking in the wilderness, it's always a good idea to sign in whenever they have a trailhead. That way they know who is up on the trail, and if you don't sign out, they can come and find you if necessary. Once you get past the sign-in, there begins to be a few rock steps going up the trail. Up until this point, it's been fairly level.
Come 4/10 of a mile. We've only climbed about 300 out of the 3,000 feet. As you can see, we're beginning to get into a pretty good view. They are talking about brown bear and black bear have been seen in the area, and apparently they do like to use the trails just like we do. So they're saying do a lot of hay bears and keep the chatter going. So I've got my bear bell, which is of course driving Melinda crazy, but makes me feel better. About an hour into the hike, we're at about 1,000 feet. In other words, we've come up about 600, and we're 3/4 of a mile out of the point. So we're resting a fair amount, but we're cooking. So far, we haven't found anything you can't do. It's just that it's a steady up. Definitely working up a sweat. 1,450 feet here. We're about an hour and a half in. We've come 1.1 mile. This last section is pretty steep. Not too bad. I mean, it's doable. It's rock to rock. And the steps aren't real big, but it's a very steady uphill climb. So. Try and get a close up. About 1,800 feet. We're climbing pretty steady.
the time. The Harding Icefield. That's the beginning of the glacier right there. This is absolutely magnificent. You can see the crevices there in the glacier where it slides. And if I keep going around, I can see the valley where we came out.
About 3,000 feet, so we're getting pretty close to the summit. I think that's it, and that big hill behind us is what people are telling us. And that's about, if they're right down below, we got about a mile, a little over a mile to go, but not too much elevation, so hopefully we'll get up there. We're both pretty tired. This is not a simple hike. I would call this, there's no rappelling, there's no rope needed or anything, but boy, let me tell you, this is a climb. You'll know you've done something when you get done with this.
We are very close to the top now, at about 3,200 feet.
Now taking a picture of the Harding Icefield shelter. This is proof that we made it to the top.
And look at those mountains that we came up.
All right.
And behind us is the beginning of the ice field.
Okay, to give you an idea of what you're looking at, if you don't understand how big everything is that you're looking at out here, you kind of miss the holy mackerel part of it. The tops of those mountains, the Kenai Mountains, are huge. Okay, those ice fields out there that are allowing just the tips of those mountains to show. The ice itself is thousands of feet thick. Now, if you watch where the camera is panning to, there are the kind of mountains, and if you look at the valley floor, that's 3,000 feet. So what you're looking at in the ice fields is that valley totally filled with ice and just the little tip top of those mountain ranges showing. This has been an amazing hike. This was 4 miles and it never let up once. The entire trip was climbing. Snowfields, rocks, it never let up. It took us 5 hours to get here. I don't know what it's going to take us to get home, but it'll be a lot easier, obviously, going downhill than it was coming uphill. But we've still got a long ways to go, and it's a great hike. Don't miss it. This place will blow your socks off.